Goku, now one with the origin flame, stood at the precipice of eternity. He wasn't alone. A tremor in the fabric of existence alerted him to presences vast and ancient, beings born from the same primordial source as his newfound power. These were the origin gods, the original fragments of the universe's first consciousness. Across the silent void, 7 figures of pure, radiant light emerged. They were a living pantheon, each a pillar of creation itself. Time, space, energy, emotion, chaos, harmony, and evolution. Their arrival was not a greeting, it was a judgment. They declared that Goku's evolution, his merging with the origin flame, had shattered the fundamental equilibrium of all existence. To restore what was broken, they had come to extinguish the flame he now carried. His very being was a threat they had to erase. But where they expected fear, they found serenity. Goku, his aura a soft, flickering blend of gold and white, simply bowed his head in respect. "If I've disrupted the balance," he said, his voice calm and steady, "then let me prove I can earn it back." It was an incredible display. Humility and unimaginable might fused into a single, perfect declaration. He wasn't challenging them. He was accepting their trial. The battle of 7 divinities began. The gods didn't hesitate, attacking in a synchronized wave of cosmic power that bent galaxies and tore through the fabric of space-time. Yet, Goku met each cataclysmic strike barehanded. His movements were no longer just the sharp, precise angles of ultra instinct. They were the effortless flow of a river, the gentle drift of a leaf on the wind. This was absolute instinct, refined by the very essence of creation itself. He wasn't just dodging, he was dancing with the universe. And he was not entirely without allies. From the swirling currents of time, Croniel, the timeless one, reappeared. He wasn't there to fight, but to observe, a silent witness to a pivotal moment. "This is not your trial alone, Goku," Croniel's voice echoed across the void. "This is existence itself, testing its next chapter." With every divine blow he parried, with every cosmic blast he absorbed, Goku learned. He was deciphering the rhythm of the gods, the unique signature of their divine energy. His body, a crucible of instinct and power, began to absorb these signatures, not just mimicking them, but integrating them. It was a fusion on a scale never before seen, the perfect union of a mortal as instinct and the divinity of the origin gods. Then something shifted. The origin flame within Goku began to pulse, not with heat, but with sound. It was a song, a deep resonant vibration that synchronized with the energy of the gods themselves. It was the heartbeat of the multiverse, and it found an echo in one of his adversaries. The goddess of harmony faltered mid-strike, her eyes wide as she glimpsed into Goku's soul. "He carries creation's purpose," she whispered, her voice filled with awe, "not its corruption." Her hesitation was a betrayal in the eyes of her brethren. Her defection sent a shockwave through the pantheon, and it ignited the fury of chaos. Enraged, the god of chaos unleashed his forbidden form, a state of being known as primordial cataclysm. He began to consume entire realities, feeding their essence into his own to amplify his power beyond all limits. Worlds screamed and died, and Goku felt every single one. The pain, the despair, the fear, it all flooded into him. But alongside it came the emotional resonance of countless mortals across all of time, their hope, their love, their unbreakable courage. Goku channeled this raw, untamed power, transforming it, forging it into the fuel for his own origin flame. He then did the unthinkable. He reached out and merged his energy with the defected goddess of harmony and the raw power of mortal emotion. A new aura erupted around him, a celestial instinct flame, glowing with the endless warmth of a billion suns and burning with a fierce, unwavering determination. With this newfound power, he faced the embodiment of destruction. With a single, focused strike, Goku pierced the infinite armor of the god of chaos. As the divine being recoiled in disbelief, Goku's voice rang with absolute clarity. Creation doesn't need control, it needs choice. Just as chaos began to crumble, the final, most powerful deity stepped forward. He was Elyon, the god of evolution, the architect of all growth. He didn't look angry. He looked impressed. "You have passed the test," Elyon declared, a faint smile on his lips. "You are proof of the system's success, and now you are its greatest threat." Their battle began, a conflict that transcended the physical realm entirely. It was a war of concepts, where energy became new physical laws and sound transformed into color. They fought through the very idea of reality, their every move rewriting existence. In a climactic move, Elyon struck a devastating blow, shattering Goku's origin flame. It fractured into infinite glittering sparks that scattered across the vastness of all that is, each spark birthing a new possibility, a new timeline, a new world. For the first time in his life, Goku felt a profound and terrifying emptiness. He was hollowed out, stripped of his power, his identity, his flame, his entire history. He was nothing. And yet, in that void, a single, unbreakable thing remained: his will. He whispered into the emptiness, a realization dawning in his soul. The flame was never mine. It was everyone's. In that moment of ultimate understanding, a miracle occurred. From every corner of existence, every spark of the fractured flame answered his call. They returned to him not just as energy, but as something more. They were fueled by the will, the hope, and the belief of every single being who had ever looked up to him, who had ever been inspired by his fight. The power that returned was infinite. Goku was reborn. He transcended every known boundary, transforming into the Infinite Flame Saiyan. His aura was no longer just an aura. It was a living nebula of nascent galaxies, burning with the collective consciousness of the entire multiverse. One by one, the remaining origin gods, even the mighty Elyon, knelt before him. It wasn't an act of surrender or defeat. It was an act of profound reverence. "You are not our replacement," Elyon said, his voice filled with a sense of peace. "You are our continuation." With his new boundless power, Goku didn't seek to rule. He sought to heal. He channeled the infinite flame, repairing the shattered layers of reality, weaving the raw essence of divinity with the heartfelt emotion of mortals. As he worked, the spirits of his predecessors, Cain and Aeon Prime, appeared. They merged their own ancient essence with his light, helping him stabilize the origin flame for all eternity. A new law was declared across the restored cosmos, spoken with Goku's voice but carried on the winds of every world. Creation will no longer begin from gods, but from those who choose to grow. With their purpose fulfilled, the origin gods dissolved into radiant celestial dust, becoming the new foundation for the stars, reborn as silent, eternal guardians of the balance they once fought to protect. The infinite Requiem came to a close. The universe, fresh and new, settled into a peaceful hum. And somewhere, on a distant planet, a young warrior with dreams in his heart looked up at the night sky. He felt a strange, ancient warmth on his skin, and a soft voice echoed in his mind. A promise from across time and space. Where there's a will to rise, the flame will answer. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button, subscribe for more, and let me know your favorite part in the comments below. Until next time, keep pushing your limits.